what did Cornwall bring to Pachuca that's still living and thriving and now
It
just
has
celebrating?
to be, I know, it has to be pasties. It is quite extraordinary. Apparently, someone told us, don't know if it's true, that in the region of Pachuca, obviously not just the town, there are 30,000 pasty makers. You wouldn't understand it from here because you have more little tiny pasty shops in Pachuca than you have, say, Starbucks or coffee bars. The shops are all tiny little shops, and perhaps they might only make, I don't know, 10 or 20 pasties a day. But practically every other shop is a pasty shop, and they've taken the original Cornish pasty and added different flavours in that, so they're not the simple ones that we would have at home.
And can you explain what a pasty is to someone that has never even seen a pasty before?
What it was, in a sense, was an all-in meal. You now, they're probably about this size, but the miners, when they went down into the mines, they could put this thing on their helmet where the candle was to give them light in the mines, which helped to keep it a little bit warm. So it could be propped, I suppose, it tucked inside their helmets. And it's a piece of pastry that you would then flap over, a bit like a calzone would be in Italian. It sort of folds over. And then you crinkle up the edge and make a crust. And inside you would have potatoes and meat. But one end would be savoury, potatoes and meat, and the other end might, say, have apple in. So it would be an all-in-one meal for the day, with this big piece of crust around the outside, which is what they held the pasty by. And then they didn't eat the crust. They could eat all around the pasty up to the crust. The dirt stayed on the crust, which they then sort of discarded. But that would have been the meal, because they often had to walk miles to get to the pit and then go down. So you couldn't pop out during the day. You went in the morning and that was it. You were there for the rest of the day. And apparently they say there are all sorts of superstitions, and they thought there were little sort of fairies and down that, and you mustn't leave nothing. You've got to leave your crumbs and things for the fairies. There were, I don't know the names, some people, there are names for all these little fairies and goblins and things, but you left your bit of pasty for them, and that helped to protect you.